Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Green Bay Packers. Morale is quite high right now, coming off a 38-20 victory on the road, week 1 against the Chicago Bears. Now, I get it. It's not like Jordan Love was perfect. It's not like the rushing attack was perfect. They averaged just 2.9 yards per carry. The first half, offensively, the Green Bay Packers weren't looking that great. Outside of that touchdown drive in the first quarter, it was only 10-6 at halftime. But what do good teams do? What do good quarterbacks do? They close. They close games, baby. And that's exactly what Green Bay did last night. 28-14 point differential in the second half. If you watched that game, we know that last fourth quarter touchdown, it was garbage time. So it pretty much was a 28-8 domination second half. I was at that game. It was extremely quiet. I could not believe my eyes. I felt pretty comfortable. I felt pretty confident that the Packers were still going to win that game heading into it. But Jordan Love, I know it wasn't crazy flashy. I know he made mistakes. I know this team made mistakes. Look, it's week 1 and they just put up 38 frickin' points. It's week 1. Not only did Jordan Love in general just play solid, like he didn't play bad. Nobody's sitting here saying Jordan Love played bad. 15-27, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Clearly it wasn't perfect, but he got better and better as the game went on. He looked comfortable, he looked calm, and more importantly, he looked like a leader. He looked like a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. If you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. I'm a diehard cheesehead, so Packers fans, I got you guys covered. We post a bunch of them every single week. If you're trying to get this video to 500 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Winning is not hard when Jordan Love is throwing 0 interceptions. That's the big thing for me. I know the Chicago Bears defensively, they're not great. In fact, they're not really a good defense. But Jordan Love didn't make mistakes as far as turning the ball over. And we've said it time and time out on this channel all summer. Look, this offensive line is talented. This wide receiver room is talented. The running back room is extremely talented, and your defense is still loaded. Jordan doesn't need to be Aaron. He doesn't need to be Brett. He doesn't need to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. He doesn't even need to be a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback in his first season. Obviously, that would be the icing on the cake. But Jordan Love just needs to win games, make the throws he needs to make, and not throw interceptions. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday from this team. It's crazy to me. Justin Fields, I know PFF isn't like the end-all be-all. Justin Fields actually had a better PFF grade at 60.9 than Jordan Love's 60.8. It's weird. But speaking of Jordan Love and Justin Fields, the Chicago Bears offense could not get anything going at any point in the entire game except for like a couple of drives. A couple of drives, maybe like in the first half, they crept towards the red zone a couple of times, but that Packers defense, that defensive line was not making Justin Fields' life easy. They finished the game with 4 total sacks. We saw Devontae Wyatt 1.5 sacks, Kenny Clark with half a sack, and then Kenny Brook with a total sack. Devontae Wyatt is one of these players that we talked about a lot on this channel all summer. He had a really slow rookie season. In fact, we didn't really see anything from him in his rookie season. But that last game against the Detroit Lions, week 18 regular season finale, I saw something in Devontae Wyatt. I saw something there. I know most Packers fans did as well. So we have high expectations because he is a first-round draft pick. Look, the Packers defense in general is really talented. We've got guys like Jaire Alexander. We've got guys like Kenny Clark. But then we have, young rookies coming on in here, right? Lucas Van Ness. But then there's like all these intriguing second-year players, specifically last year's 2 first-round picks in Quay Walker, who was a star linebacker for us last season. He had a beautiful pick 6 in yesterday's game. And then you had Devontae Wyatt. So Devontae Wyatt and Quay Walker are 2 first-round picks last season. They killed it, man, and they're going to kill it this entire season. And obviously our defense gets so much deeper than that. We've got Darnell Savage, Keyshawn Nixon, Rasul Douglas, Devondre Campbell, Rashawn Gary. The defense, and I've said it, and people just love to say you're wrong, they're a top 10 caliber defense. Maybe they won't rank 10th in defense. Maybe they'll rank 11th, 12th, 13th, whatever it is. The eye test proves right every single time. It proves without fail. And the Packers defense yesterday against Jordan Love, who a lot of people actually have as an MVP pick, the dude had nothing going the entire game. 24-37, only 216 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. He had a QBR of 21.7. I mean, he had nothing. And this is, Look, man, we've said this, and I was watching the media today, and everyone's saying, different things about the Packers. Yeah, Jordan Love didn't look great, but for the first season that you're the starting quarterback, to go to a team in the Chicago Bears who are, they're on the rise, right? They won 3 games last season. They have to get better. To go in on the road in your first kind of official start as being your full-time starter, to get the win, that's passing the torch. It really feels like Aaron Rodgers passed the torch. Like I said, being at that game, I was shell-shocked. I expected the Packers to win. I did not expect pretty much a 38-14 blowout victory. Blowout victory. It is extremely impressive. Moving forward, you've got the Falcons. You've got the Saints. The Green Bay Packers heading into a primetime, Thursday night matchup, week 4 against the Detroit Lions at home. They could be 3-0. This team could be 3-0. All right, I want to talk a little bit more about some rookies. I want to talk specifically about Luke Musgrave and more so Jayden Reed. Now, Jayden Reed, he did get banged up a little bit at the end of the game. He did come back in. It was just cramps. He finished a phenomenal game. 2 catches, 48 yards. I know he was targeted 5 times, but Jayden Reed really feels like something in my back pocket. He truly feels like he's a playmaker. We know he's a playmaker. I seriously cannot emphasize how impressive it is without Christian Watson to go into that game and put up 38 frickin' points. And that's so impressive. But it wasn't just Jayden Reed catching the ball. He also did a phenomenal job in punt returns. In fact, he almost ran one back. I almost lost my mind. I lost my voice completely in yesterday's game. 3 returns, 54 yards for a long of 35. And I know we talked about this in yesterday's video. We've talked a lot about it recently. I feel comfortable for the Packers special teams unit for the first time, and I don't even know when. Probably the Super Bowl era. I feel so good with Keyshawn Nixon. Keyshawn Nixon was a block away on both of his kick returns. Jayden Reed is a speedster special guy. And of course, we have to bring up Anders Carlson. The dude drilled a 52-yarder in his first ever NFL game on the road in Soldier Field. I love Mason Crosby. We saw Anders Carlson in preseason drill some kicks, nail some kicks. I think we have something special here. I think we really do. And then finally, speaking of the offensive rookies, we come into Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave, 3 catches, 50 yards for a long of 37. It feels so good to have a reliable tight end. And I know he's a freaking rookie and he just played 1 NFL game. I believe in Luke Musgrave. The dude passing offense at Oregon State in his final year was their entire receiving depth. He's a tight end. He led their college by far as a tight end. So Luke Musgrave, there's something there. There's something there with Jayden Reed. There's something there with Anders Carlson. These rookies, these second-year players, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, making big-time impacts. Aaron Jones, big-time playmaker. This Packers team feels a lot better than people were giving them credit for. That's it for tonight, guys. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button. I got to go watch this Aaron Rodgers Jets debut. I am still an Aaron Rodgers fan. I wore his jersey in yesterday's game, and yeah, he's in the AFC, so he's not my concern. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.